What's up everyone and welcome back guys to Mathematical Mindsets. Right here we have this nice exponent math simplification problem and we are to find the values of x. So right here guys, the first thing you want to simply note is that we can easily express the power of 6 to be equal to 3 multiplied 2. So we have this to be x raised to the power of 3 multiplied 2 is equal to 8 raised to the power of 3 multiplied 2, and we can easily express this as x raised to the power or raised to the power of 2 is equal to 8 raised to the power of 3 or raised to the power of 2. So the next thing we want to do is to simply rearrange and set this equation to 0. So we have this to be x raised to the power of 3 or raised to the power of 2 minus 8 raised to the power of 3 or raised to the power of 2, and this is equals to 0. But we know that if we have a raised to the power of 2 minus b raised to the power of 2, this is equal to a plus b multiply a minus b. From here we have that a is equals to x raised to the power of 3 and b is equal to 8 raised to the power of 3. So hence, applying this, we have this to be x raised to the power of 3 plus 8 raised to the power of 3 multiply x raised to the power of 3 minus 8 raised to the power of 3, and this is equal to what? 0. So here we have that x raised to the power of 3 plus 8 raised to the power of 3 is equals to 0, and we also have x raised to the power of 3 minus 8 raised to the power of 3 is equals to 0. So we want to simply solve for x raised to the power of 3 plus a raised to the power of 3 equals to 0. Then we solve for the second one right here. So we want to apply the sum of the cubic formula that says if we have a raised to the power of 3 plus b raised to the power of 3, this is equal to a plus b multiply a square minus ab plus what? B square. So we want to apply this right here, and we have a is equals to x and b is equals to 8. So from there we have this to be x plus 8 multiply x square minus x multiply 8 plus 8 square, and this is equals to 0. So we have x plus 8 multiply x square minus x multiply 8 is 8x plus 8 square is 64, and this is equals to 0. So we have x plus 8 equals to 0 and x square minus 8x plus 64, and this is equals to 0. So x is equals to 0 minus 8 and x is equals to minus 8. So we have x1 right here and we have the first value of x. So for this right here, we want to simply apply the quadratic formula that says x is equals to minus b plus minus the square root of b square minus 4ac divide what? 2a, whereby we have that a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 8, and c is equals to what? 64. So we have that x is equals to minus into minus 8 plus minus the square root of minus 8 square minus 4 multiply 1 multiply 64 divide 2 multiply a, which is 1. So x is equals to minus times minus is plus, so we have this to be 8 plus minus the square root of minus 8 square is 64 minus 4 multiply what? 64 divide 2 multiply 1 is 2. So x is equals to 8 plus minus the square root of, we have 64 to be common, so if we factor out 64 we have 1 minus 4, and this is going to divide 2. So x is equals to 8 plus minus the square root of 64 multiply 1 minus 4 is minus 3 divide what? 2. So from here we have that x is equals to 8 plus minus the square root of, now we can express this as 64 multiply 3 multiply negative 1 divide 2. But we know that if we have the root of a multiply b, this can be expressed as the root of a multiply the root of b. So we have that x is equals to 8 plus minus the square root of 64 multiply the square root of 3 multiply the square root of negative 1 divide what? 2. So x is equals to 8 plus minus the square root of 64 is 8 multiply the square root of 3, but the square root of negative 1 is equals to I, so we have this to be I divide 2. So x is equals to, now if we factor out 2 we have this to be 4 plus minus 4 the square root of 3i divide what? 2. So we have that x is equals to, this is going to cancel out this, so we have 4 plus minus 4 the square root of what? 3i. So we have that x2 is equals to 4 plus 4 the square root of 3i, and we have that x3 is equals to 4 minus 4, the square root of what? 3i. So guys, we have been able to find the first three values of x right here. So we are done solving for x raised to the power of 3 plus 8 raised to the power of 3 equals to 0. So we want to solve for x raised to the power of 3 minus 8 raised to the power of 3 equals to what? 0. So we are going to say solving for x raised to the power of 3 minus 8 raised to the power of 3 equals to 0. So we want to apply the difference of the cubic formula that says a raised to the power of 3 minus b raised to the power of 3. This is equal to a minus b multiply a square plus ab plus what? B square. So we want to apply this, and we have that a is equals to x and b is equal to 8. So we have x minus 8 multiply x square plus x multiply 8 plus 8 square, and this is equals to 0. We have x minus 8 multiply x square plus x multiply 8 is 8x plus 8 square is 64, and this is equals to 0. So we have x minus 8 equals to 0, and we also have a square plus 8x plus 64, and this is equals to 0. So x is equals to 0 plus 8 and x is equals to 8. So I'm going to call this x4, and this is equals to what? 8. So from here, we want to simply solve applying the quadratic formula that says x is equals to minus b plus minus the square root of b square minus 4ac divide what? 2a, whereby we have a is equals to 1, b is equals to 8, and c is equals to what? 64. So from here, we have that x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of 8 square minus 4 multiply 1 multiply 64 divide 2 multiply a, which is 1. So we have that x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of 8 square is 64 minus 4 multiply 1 multiply 64. We can write this to be 4 multiply what? 64 divide 2 multiply 1 is 2. So x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of, we have 64 to be the common term. So if you factor out 64, we have 1 minus 4 divide what? 2. So from here, we have that x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of 64. 1 minus 4 is minus 3 divide what? 2. So x is equals to minus 8 plus minus. We can easily express this to be 64 multiply 3 multiply negative 1 divide 2. But we know that if we have the roots of a multiply b, this is equals to the roots of a multiply the roots of b. So we have that x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of 64 multiply the square root of 3 multiply the square root of negative 1 divide what? 2. But the square root of negative 1 is equals to what? I. So x is equals to minus 8 plus minus the square root of 64 is 8. Multiply this root of 3, we have this to be the root of 3, and the root of negative 1 is I divide what? 2. So we have that x is equals to, if you factor out 2, we have this to be 2 into minus 4 plus minus 4 the root of 3i divide what? 2. So x is equals to this, we cancel out this, so we have minus 4 plus minus 4 the square root of 3 what? I. So we have x5 is equals to minus 4 plus 4 the root of 3i, and x6 is equals to minus 4 minus 4 the root of what? 3 what? I. So we have been able to find all the values of x right here. So we're just going to write out all the values of x. So we're going to say hence we have that the values of x are, now we have that x1 is equal to minus 8, x2 is equals to 4 plus minus 4 the root of 3i, x4 is equals to 8, and x5 and 6 to be minus 4 plus minus 4 the square root of 3i. So we have x1 is equals to minus 8, x2 is equals to 8, x3 is equal to 4 plus 4 the square root of 3i, x4 is equals to 4 minus 4 the square root of 3i, x5 is equal to minus 4 plus the square root of 3i, and x6 is equals to minus 4 minus 4, sorry, there is 4 here, the square root of what? 3i, and we have all this to be the values of x. So guys, this is how we can solve this nice exponent math simplification. So with this guys, I'm going to see you in the next video, and if you are not yet subscribed to Mathematical Mindset, please do it to click onto that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.